Oh my gosh. That's what the internet's come to. Look how you're hating your mama and mama's age. Got a pretty face and da-da-da-da-da. Okay. Yo, 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 welcome to the Goth Podcast. Are you guys excited as I am? I'm never excited. I'm dead inside. Haha. Okay, let's begin. Yo, 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 if you're watching this on YouTube, that's my real, you temporarily saw my real form there. That was how I really look without the filters. Yeah. So if you're on YouTube, welcome. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, welcome. I'll always do a quick introduction in the beginning. Welcome to the actual people who are here on TikTok. We have 3 guests, according to the stats at the top there, but it's probably not true. Just like our school education. Probably just thumb-sucked from some reptile living in Buckingham Palace. Okay, Caitlin, hello. How you doing, Caitlin? I was just talking a little podcast nonsense there. So the podcast sounds more interesting. So another 1 hour and 10-minute live, Caitlin, and then I'm off to your thingy. And I can't remember if you're allowed to film there or not. Like if there's camera stories. I'm going to film anyway, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to live stream the experience. Yo, yo, yo. What does FC mean? Oh, football club. Yo, sup, big marker. How you doing? Oh, that's a great way for me to remember what Britain calls, they call it football because of FC all the time. So soccer is an American thing. Or just another, what does Europe call it? Football. I'm calling it soccer from now on. I'm going to call it whatever the person would not call it. Sup? Kendra! Good morning. Hey, how you doing? I'm really good, by the way. Thanks, Kendra. Thanks for asking. I got a pretty thing, small waist, and a... That was the song that was on when I started this live. And you're my mama's age. Oh, hectic. Hectic. Yo, Lady Gaga Bear. I was hoping you'd pop in today, Lady Gaga Bear, because I saw you were the first to like some of my videos this morning. Caitlin! Caitlin's on the YouTube side of the universe. As in when the YouTube people comment, it comes up over there. So I'm streaming this to YouTube as well. Eesh, no. What was the family emergency? Shame. Sorry to hear that. Do you want to let us know what it is, or it's private? And Lady Gaga Panda Bear, I'm super, super cool. Caitlin's in the YouTube hizzle right now. That you saw I looked up there to read the message. Lady Gaga Bear. So yes, I'm really good. And then, same Kendra family thing. Yo, sup. Sup in England. Caitlin's omnipresent. She was just in YouTube, now she's here. Like that. I like that in a moderator, a little omnipresence. Oh, shame, Kendra. Do you ever get that though? Like, sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I'll be on my bed and then I get like, not like leg cramps, but like I wouldn't say cramps, but it's more like someone's squeezing it. It's horrible. I'm not sure it's a circulation thing. Anyway, shame, man. Sorry to hear that. Awesome. Hectic. Shame, Kendra. And now, has it gotten better? Caitlin's back on the YouTube with she's sending me crowns. And she's, that's weird, man. It's almost like she has 2 devices. I am. Jade. I am super well today, thank you. Although this morning, half an hour before I went live, I wasn't feeling happy. But not for real, like just, there's an overtone. I just think it's ominous, like something's going to happen to the planet. No, and I was actually not going to go live. Well, I was going to go live, but I was going to say, listen, I'm not in a good mood today. But then it's like, that's nonsense. You choose your mood doesn't choose you. And if there's an overtoning energy, figure out what it is and change it. We're not victims of destiny, I promise. GMJD, sup? Wagwan, hello. Sam! Sup, dude? Hope you're having a lovely day today. No, Lady Gaga, 100%. Lady Gaga. Let me explain this to you. I was talking to my mom to this. It was my mom's birthday yesterday, but my real mom. There's my biological mom and then my mom. My mom raised me. She's the sister of my biological mother. And I was saying to her, like, cause she tells me things about the family, like, this is happening with this person. What are you going to do about it? And it's like, I'm like, I don't care. And then she's like, oh, so sad. And then she said to me, she knows what I mean when I say we're born alone, we die alone. And I've never said that. So I'm like, well, why? I don't say that. Why would you say I say that? And then she's like, no, well, because it's if you don't care, you're selfish. I'm like, everybody is selfish. And everyone pretends with half their being to care. The other half is for themselves. People are selfish. We keep half of ourselves. In fact, our relationship with each other is for self-definition. It's not for the other person. Oh, I do charity work so I can self-define that way. Oh, I still have a relationship with my estranged uncle because I want to define that I'm the person who still keeps relationships. People don't care. It's all fronting. It's all for self-preservation, and not just the self. It's the definition of self. Someone else is going to make me define myself differently, then I'm not want nothing to do with them. I love them. It'll give me more out of them if I say that. But at the same time, they better not step out of line. You know, humans are straight up psychological monsters. Our best and our worst is the same thing, and we use it alternatingly to trick ourselves and others. But are you cynical, Garth? No, I'm not cynical. You're absolutely right, Lady Gaga. It's real. Be real. Because it's the same as yourself. Like, you know, if you're going to do an exchange, the goods for the money. That's life. You want to know that you're getting something as you give it. Otherwise, you won't do it. And if you heard that the whole world doesn't care about you, really, are you going to care about it? No. Why do you think it doesn't care about you? Because you don't. It's a catch-22. You are it. You got to do unto others before it does unto you. So at least getting real and knowing there's a part of yourself that's insincere, that actually doesn't care, even though it pretends to. That's a good start. We're all that. It's got to be real first. Yeah, I'm selfish and I'm self-centered and then work from there, as opposed to denying that fact. Yo, no way, that's beautiful. Bless you, man. Ramadan, bless you, bless you, bless you. I'm actually going to just do a video, just like, you know, like thoughts and hearts and blessings to the Muslim community during this. Max respect, actually. The whole fasting is so important, and I don't really have family or friends because people tell me I'm unstable. Absolutely. Well, humans, you show me a stable human. Humans are unstable. And if they're stable, that means they're stagnating and they're not developing. So there's, you know what I mean? The word stable can get used against you if you are. And also your family and your friends need you to be a certain something. And if you're not, they don't want anything to do with you. If you go too far away from their mold, you're an offense. Understand the psychology of them and you. It's ultimately just apparatus. It's not a thing. You're not people. You're not people. You're a series of vibrationary, cascading effects. This talking is me cascading through my thought process, harmonicking down. And all humans are saying is me too, me too. We're recoding what each other's saying. Converse sensation. And if you go too far away from that self-definition, the person says, oh, you're unstable. Maybe you are unstable. My mom's unstable. But again, opposite of unstable is stable, and that could mean stagnating. That could mean locked into a paradigm of self-definition that ultimately leads to death. Swings and roundabouts. It's all good. It all can get used together for good. Good morning, Voltrix. What's up, dude? I'm having a good morning. Yeah, and that's the thing. So exactly. But lady, there is no one, is what I'm trying to say to you. I'm saying reality is made out of an echo back of your own attitudes. So if you're thinking this human must walk around and act a certain way so that I can be good, you projected that human. It's you at balance that you're looking at. Your environment is you in balance. And the truth of the matter is there isn't other. Yes, there is, but they're the same energetic dynamic that you are, and they're doing what you're doing in real time. So they won't reach across the water if you're not reaching across the water. And if they do, it doesn't mean that they're real, just because they're just copying. The world copies you. And does it in hologram, and perpetually, and in real time. Well, that's the thing. Who would you look up to? You basically got to get to the bottom of what reality is, not what I look up to in my moment. You got to be, what is reality? Why are we here? Lady Gaga, why is there a sun? Why atoms? Why quarks? Why karma? Why is Tom Cruise a Scientologist? Why? There's an answer to all those questions, and if you answer them, this whole thing becomes an illusion, and it never was. I mean, parents are an illusionary level of reality, correct? They're not your parents eternal. You reincarnate infinitely, which means that you're taking turns playing characters to yourself. Yo, sup, Fear? Shot, dude. That's so cool, JC. We're talking about Lady Gaga Bear's parents died when she was 12, and she's basically saying that no one cares. And I was saying our people don't actually care. We care with half the pretense, and the other half of us is kept back for our own self-definition. And so even if we're caring, it's because we want to define ourselves that way. That we meet ourselves in the middle with others. And we only care so much as in that they help us self-define. Do the face. No, Lady Gaga, this is a great conversation. No, it's good, Lady Gaga, babe. Don't be sorry, and you must cry. Crying is balance. Crying is balance, because when you cry, Lady Gaga, I'm gonna call you Lady. When you cry, you're literally saying, I don't know why this. Why do I have to experience this? And you're saying it slowly. I don't know why this. Okay, and so when you're laughing, you're saying, I do understand, I do get it. Oh, it's this. They're the same thing. One is slow, I don't get it. One is fast, I get it. And what you get when you're laughing is that it's all you. What you don't get is that it's not you, it's other. And why is this happening to me? And why did... Like, I'm a victim. And the definition that you're making in the moment has to be held true for you to feel sad. If you redefine yourself as an awareness of consciousness having an experience with an interface, you suddenly transcend the sadness of it all. You're like, oh, well, in that case... It's like when you distract a baby. It hurts itself, you distract it. It's like, oh, I don't have to focus on my pain. No, focus on this, or the new realms that you've discovered. You can do anything with this, exactly. Because now you don't have to hold the relationships true that others hold true. That's their self-definition. And the expectations that others have for you. You can break free of all of that now. Because they really just shadows trying to get you to copy them. That's what your outside world is. Well, trying to... There's a momentum. Yo, JC! That's funny, Caitlin. Stable and horses. Hold your horses. Do the face. Hi, Daniel! Sup, dude? Fear. Thank you, Fear. I'm cute. I know, that's been a theme recently. Me being cute. I'm not cute. I'm a wild animal. Rawr. You have it all. You look at everything, and you're the only person that was ever you. It's absolute liberation, JC. And it's so easy to do, the dynamic of it now. Like a year ago, it wouldn't have been as easy. And it's very easy to do. Like my favorite thing now is meditating and going to, I'll choose a term in a certain standard, and I'll basically go back there, and I'll remember where I was sitting, and I'll look around the classroom in my mind, and it'll be like, whoa. So like, I'll look at Sean, one of the friends, like, dude, he is everybody else in the classroom. And then, in other words, the reflective surfaces of my family and friends that I had before that recreated the new classroom. So it was the impressions, almost like you overexpose an image because by looking at certain people for certain durations of time. And then the new people that you meet in the new class are the composites of that, actually. Totally illusional. If you see how it's built, it's totally built on itself. It's nothing out of nothing. Favorite thing in the world is to do that. And then the things that stuck out, things that a friend might have said, or a joke they made like in junior school, I'll remember. I'll be like, whoa. That was actually my mind projecting that whole scene. Me thinking I'm looking at a person saying something. That's all me projected. I don't play basketball, no. Exactly. And the thing is, Jesse, we're not, and they are considerate of themselves, but humans don't advertise that to each other. You get here and you're told altruistic things and how to behave, and you're told what you are and what you do, and it's not the other half. No one gets real, basically. No one explains the real half of the equation. You have to figure that for yourself. And then the more sincere or gullible you are, the further you go on that ride. I went on that ride a long time. Nobody told me. Basically, everyone I've ever known and loved basically said, we're going to strangle you now and you're not allowed to fight back. Your definition of yourself, we're going to tell you what it is, and if you fight back, then you hate us. That's my whole family's attitude. And now that I figured it out, I ended up going a mile with them. So now I'm actually more equipped than they are, and karmically, not them as alternative people, but them as a holographic representative of the Earth plane. Anyway, job. I'm a comedian. So I'm a philosopher. That's what I am. Yeah, it's probably the Jim Carrey thing. Oh, JC, you heard the story, JC. Well, yeah, you did. You heard this. All is a stage story. Hey, Fear, thank you. It's been like, it's kind of what I've been writing for ages. Depressed. That's so good. And then I think the JC wants to just chillax. If she's a mod, then people might interact with her, and then she feels like she has to, like, block people. And I technically gave her a job to thank her for gifting me. One woman's prestige thing is another person's work. I don't know. One man's garbage is another man's potpourri. I think it's soup. Yo, Dylan! Good morning, dude. How you doing, dude? Everybody, Dylan, the guy with the yellow, also with the yellow thingy thing. I'm gonna check him out quickly, but he's doing really well. You should all follow him. Like, super, super funny. No ways, dude. You're almost at 300k. Well done. I'm from Cape Town, just like Dylan. Oh, from South Africa, just like Dylan. I don't know where Dylan's from in South Africa. No, it's just the Jim Carrey thing is why everyone thinks I've been in a movie. Although I probably have been in a movie in the future. So you're probably just soul shards and like, hey, I saw you in a movie. Yeah, exactly. Hey, but depressed, you stay cool. You could become a mod. Yeah. And then in future, Caitlin, if I have to, like, if I make too much money, then I can just give you more and then just write it off as my mod salary, tax write-off. I saw it yesterday, Caitlin. What's them was the big Twitch people. They have mods that they literally have salaries. It comes off their thingy and. Aww. That's so cool. I just read JC's comments. It's just nice. Hey, no ways, dude. Dylan, no ways, bro. Cape Town as well. I would ask you to do to us to collab, but you're more famous than me, so. Yo, you become very popular. I'm gonna become. I'm not irritated. Right now, yeah, I look irritated. That's my mom phoning me, and I told her, do not phone my phone. It's a computer. I use it for TikTok live streams. I'm sorry. No, it's fine. Don't be sorry. Just don't do it. Okay, I won't. That's her phoning twice in a row. Infinite patience. No, it is though. This Lady Gaga, they're cutting trees down. Can you listen? They're cutting trees. They're going to get to that good tree meat. I went past them the other day. The guys were cutting trees. I was like, oh, get to that good tree meat. And they were like, what? I'm like, get the tree meat. And then they just like But they didn't understand what I was saying. Like, sorry, you don't understand what you mean. I'm like, the tree meat. Get that good tree meat. And then they still didn't get me. And then I just went, okay. And then I walked away. Like, I'm happy that they did. I didn't care they didn't get me. But it's funny. Tree meat. That's what I was thinking, tree meat. Get to the good tree meat. Yo, Florida. That's so cool. I'm in Cape Town. No, the person was my mom. I told you. Oh, you heard the story afterwards. That's my mom. My mom, whose birthday was yesterday. She's phoning me. No, it's definitely a saw. That's a saw. That's a saw. They look like tree meat, yeah. Because JC was on a meme that I saw where the guy's pulling out of asbestos out of a roof. And then it's like, now that he's gotten through the hard exoskeleton, he's getting to the good house meat. It's really funny. He's pulling up layers of this house meat. Now that he's broken through the hard exoskeleton. I take like jokes and I look at the blueprints and then I try and just like add them to other things. Yo, congrats, bro. Congrats, depressed. Congrats. No, bro, your consciousness is enough. I have to earn this. It's a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual snobbery thing. You're like, how did he become? Oh, he sucks. Very spiritually inclined. Oh, so just because I'm not close to God, I can't be one of your mods. I'm like, yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's not right to judge. It is right to judge. That's what Jesus said. Judge. Do unto others. I judge you. I hold you to high standards. You hold me to high standards, and together we can be better. Whoa. Well, I've heard mushroom music, mycelial network music, where they've added like synthesizers onto thingies. It's good. Yeah, where did you get the name from? It's depressed aesthetic. Why do you build me up, buttercup baby, just to let me down and mess me around, and then worst of all, you never know, baby, when you say you will. I need you more than anyone. You know that I have from the start. So build me up, buttercup, don't break my heart. Couldn't boy, I couldn't adore you. Mallrats has the best cover of that song. I had the soundtrack and I used to listen to that song all the time. I like depressed images that invoke powerful somber feelings. I think in that slow vibration, the depressed, slow, somber feeling, we can, like, I think at your happiest extreme, and you can go to the same place. One just doesn't have, like, one isn't sweet, but it's the same place. It's the same, I don't know, like you can reminisce. Like there's a part of your presence that can come out of it by allowing yourself to sit in somber, quiet, not depressed. Beyond depressed is a word, I suppose you can describe it. Also must be quite depressed, I think, relative to our natural state. I think it must be a fascinating thing. I think we're naturally a blissful being. See, conversation I don't want to have being had with me. Like, that's how I got so smart. My family is freaking intelligent. They know how to linguistically neural program each other. And I got smart at going, definitely Man on the Moon. So, as in, I don't know, you guys don't see, you don't see what pops down, and you see the writing. Do you see what pops down over here? Like if a WhatsApp message pops down. But also depressed, it definitely expands that emotional body. If you allow yourself to feel all the extremes, you laugh harder, you know what I mean? That's another thing as well. We've watched the movie What the Bleep Do We Know? That the human, like, your actual cells get addicted to the emotional release. So you can get into a groove. For all the philosophy in the world, happy and sad can't have its alternative contradiction. It can have the inverse effect. It's cool though. No, Dylan, it's chill. It's chill, chill, chill. You didn't really see, I mean, I didn't even see all the messages. I'm just like, know if they pop down in the WhatsApp thingy. As in, I don't mind. As in, my whole life's an open book. The whole thing can see itself through itself. Like, I don't, like, oh, government's watching. It's like, good. keep a close eye on, you know, that kind of thing. Like, it's not, are aliens watching us? It's like, how many? Hectic. As in being an extreme feeler. Like, personally, I don't like the negative spectrum. I understand what it's for and I understand how it's beneficial and but I prefer to create a momentum in me that naturally transmutes, naturally sees the bright light, just does it, can't help itself. Hello! Awesome technology! Stick you later. Sup, Wolf? Good morning! Oh, thank you, Funny Potato. I've got a podcast now. This will actually be on the podcast. So in the podcast, I'll say, thank you, Funny Potato. I've got a podcast. In fact, this will be in the podcast. And then I'll say that again, because I told you what I was going to say. Hello, Wolf voice. Me, Caitlin, I'm great. If you are talking to me, I'm great. Other than my two moms harassing me, technically. Other than that, everything's great. What's the topic? It's nothing, just the same, just jibber jabber, whatever comes up. Depression. It does, Funny Potato. Okay, I'm gonna share quickly. I'm just gonna share. I'll be with you guys now. I'm just going to share this so these people start WhatsApping me and messaging me. Boop. I'm back. No, JC, like, understand, feel me here. I will literally write them off and never speak to them ever again in this lifetime. That's how I feel about them. Because at the end of the day, they know what I know, and they refuse to acknowledge my narrative. Which means they're basically thieves. They've stolen me. They might as well just gone to my planet and grabbed me from my home world. My entire family. Because they're the closest thing to my own psyche, and they understand everything I understand, and if they don't give me room to breathe, and they don't take no for an answer, and they continue to like push on topics once I've given an answer, I'll write them off, never speak to them again. That's how unconvinced I am by the illusion of this reality we live in. Oh, sushi! I like sushi. I am a gamer. I'm actually going to carry on streaming. What's his name? I've gotten into Lord Mobile. It's the latest one that everyone's advertising. So I'm playing that at the moment, and it's really enjoyable. It's like Throne Wars, just better. So I'll probably, I'll start streaming that. I'm definitely a gamer. I love gaming. Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Because then, like I said, remember we said everyone's selfish? Humans are selfish. Ultimately, they are, but they'll never admit it. But selfish to the point where, yeah, they'll ignore you and make you what they want you to be. I don't exist. I don't count. I'm not a thing. So how do you think I learned all of this? How to send a Ferris wheel? You're not allowed to send Ferris wheels. It's illegal. Reconciliation? No, there is no there is no one else. What are you talking to? You know what I mean? Like you're talking. The way that reality creates itself, the way that it's all just a singularity personality echoing back at yourself. You're not reconciling with other. You're reconciling with a false other, just like you are a false self. So if a false self and a false other reconcile, it means nothing. It means nothing. It's just a nice idea. It's the idea that the majority would vote on. Again, you're going to get sucked back into the majority's illusion. No. I fundamentally disagree. Reconciliation means nothing. You don't have to change it, exactly. And so reconciliation would mean them finally acknowledging my truth. And if they don't, there's nothing to work with. That's better. And that I can do within myself. That I can do within myself. I don't have to have an experience outside of myself. I can know that. Like outside is just really the internal process, very fast and very slow at the same time. So reaching out to an actual other isn't a thing. There isn't another. There's you in permanent balance, which means you're always being ultimately contradicted. Well, the false self is ultimately a contradicted being, and also a walking contradiction. It's how all this originality and creation appears to take place, basically. So the very conversation, we're starting with two falsities, the self definition and the other definition. Creeper, stop! I'm going to block, because if I WhatsApp them to say, listen, I'm live, stop messaging me, and they still message, making it very clear who and what's more important. And it's ultimately, this is my space. So they're in my space, they should live by my rules, like the parents would do. In our house, live by our rules. If you're going to come to my world, to my TikTok and to my phone and message me, then could you at least behave this way? And if they refuse, then Sup, Creeper? Thank you, Creeper. I appreciate that. Always, whenever I'm with you. Oh. Ding, 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 ding. Thank you, Caitlin. But Caitlin, you also like a reinforcement of that whole fact. Like Caitlin's not going to be anything other than Caitlin for anybody. It's so important. I think it's important. Do a funny face. No. Not the way that I do love you. So I got a voice app, and it's really cool. It does like auto-tune and weird robot stuff. You can see I did a whole bunch of sounds. So I took that. Whatever's a trending sound, I'm going to grab them and then put them through the thing. Because people will be like, oh, this song. And then it'll go all weird. Hi-you-ware doesn't support Google Play. Oh no, Creeper. It's super chill though. Thank you though. I appreciate it, Creeper. Do you want a Ferris wheel? No, thank you. Don't give me a Ferris wheel. I'm allergic to them. I'm not sneezing and my eyes get all like funny. So don't do that. In fact, I think I blocked Ferris wheels. I don't know, Kate. It's up to you to decide. If I say you're awesome, then I made you awesome, and I can take it away. It's up to you to define yourself. Oh, thank you, user F40. I appreciate that. Like a lot. Even the word Ferris. JC, told you. I got Ferris wheel fever. Even the words. Thank you so much for encouraging me. Because a lot of people are like cynical and no. I find it encouraging. It's not just about encouraging me. It's about like, you know, like a spinning. I'm like a spinning top, and you just like spun me again. I'm just gonna carry on for like days now. Like one encouragement will have me going for another 2 years. Cherry flower blossom. Well, yeah, definitely hate. No, ignore them. Yeah, but it is, yeah. Ultimately, ignore them. That's deep. So if I hate on people who don't respect my boundaries, must I ignore myself or the? Anyway. Love you home. Hectic. I was wondering about that actually. That occurred to me. It occurred to me. I'm wondering, like, did I project you saying that now in a parallel? So I pulled a parallel version of you? Because it definitely occurred to me quite strongly. I was like, wait a minute. That's like... Or I unconsciously daydreamed that. His inquiring. Like, I didn't, you know... And what if you actually, like, almost astral traveling, or temporary picking up on it, or if you're pulling your daydream from another universe into this one, so then it occurs, and the person mentions it, and you're like, hey, but the actual dynamic, I think it's both. I think it's you're doing both of this. They're the same thing. A manifestation and a projection, or a precog are the same vibe. You like coming, I know, creeper. I'm also like to kill dead zones. And I think I've got a ADHD hyperactive energy. So like whatever's the last thing. Hate is definitely real hate, yeah. Conscious when they're not choosing the hate, where it's an impulse, definitely projection. What if everything's a projection? Oh, brilliant! That's so funny. That's so, because that's so funny, because if you heard me say that, like people are like, what do you do? I'm like, no, I'm a digital busker. I hate the haters I hate, yeah. Oh no, I fell in a hole. But that's what's so funny about it. Like you become what you observe. So the actual topic of hate is, you're right, ignore them. Because even if you discuss them, then you become the hate that you hate. Oh, the irony. I'm Tony Stark. _ sup. Okay, so you hadn't heard it, Jesse. That's so funny. Because all I do is, because I get the same 9 things every day, and so when I'm not on lives, I'll think about different ways of answering. Because I know it's going to come up again, so like they're setting me up. So they're like, what do you do? I'm like, I'm a stand-up philosopher, or I'm a stand-up comedian, or I'm a TikToker. And I'm like, I'm a digital busker. And then because they want to obviously like attack insecurity, like, oh, what do you do with your life? So then I'll pretend that it's like, oh, I'm a, what definition will make me okay in your eyes? It's funny, and they like, oh, because nothing. But then although half the people are actually like, oh, because we like you. So a lot of times I'll be like, I'll lean into it. Like, I'm not scared of your insults. And they're nice. I just watched your vid with the Ferris wheel. I know, 17. So that's why people are popping in now asking me if they want one. And then the person who gave it to me is here now. We're just discussing that, actually. Funny enough. Well, yeah, we were discussing it. It is that, exactly. Well, I don't think it's 50 quid. I think it's $50. Or 80 if you're a NASA employee. Una, hello. It's you, depressed. Every character in your dream is you, just like in life. So you project the characters and the environment of a dream to balance the day that you didn't understand. So there's a singularity always, and if you're not conscious of it, your dream will balance it. It's like It's the runoff. Your dream is the runoff of your lack of singularity understanding. So here as well. This real time now is a runoff of my lack of singularity, which is presence. So if I sat present and I saw my singularity that I hadn't caught, I'm enlightened. So you can use... It's like the opposite answer. Everyone in your dream is the devil, and you must attack him. No, that's all you. You can attack him like this. And then jump. You have to go... You have to... And then jump. It has to be 3 separate movements. What would you do if someone... They do all the time. Caitlin will block them, or I'll engage them. Explain them to themselves. It depends. It all depends on what happened, the flow. Yeah, Una. And then Una, I'm probably going to try and live stream the thing, although I don't know if you'll probably sleep, but I'm going to go on an outing just now. I want to live stream it if they let me. Oh, it's in the venue. The venue allows it. But that's so funny, JC, you say that, but then as you say that, I'm like, it was just very, very nice of you. Okay, very nice. Creeper, it does that now. It does that. It's like, you know, because also like if you're watching TikToks on For You page and then you have enough, your thumb automatically does this, or your finger automatically. Sometimes for no reason, you'll just scroll off of the live. Oh, no ways, Creeper. So you haven't had anyone hate on you yet, okay. For the first 2 weeks on TikTok lives, I didn't even know you could mute and block. So I had to just put up with people. It was actually a game of how long can I go live before there's too many people weighing it down, and then I'd get off. No, that's pretty much it. Depressed. It's pretty much the main takeaway from the dream characters. And then, JC, do you dream like daily? Is it like a regularish thing? Or does it happen occasionally, like once a week? I personally go through phases, like 4 or 5 nights of dreaming, and then nothing for a week, and then although I'm always dreaming, I don't want to retain what I'm dreaming about, because a lot of time it's astral travel stuff. I don't want that here. It's too much for Garth. Garth can't handle a lot of what my soul gets. So I'm slowly training this guy. It's cool that he can talk about himself, to himself, through himself, which is what the universe is, a hole in a hole through a hole. Yeah, well, my wife doesn't like her dreams. She doesn't like to dream. She hates it. She doesn't like her dreams. Doesn't like to dream. Although she's then last in quarantine, then she had dreams that weren't as bad. So she's like, those dreams weren't bad. But normally it's her trying to get away from something. Some guy doing Jim Carrey impressions or something, I don't know. Yeah, gonna get semi-precious stones at Scratch Patch. Or it's called Mineral World, I think. That's called Mineral World. We just called it Scratch Patch when we were kids, because that's an area of the place that is our favorite. Yeah, no, Creeper, that's with astral dreaming. Those are 2 different dreams. There's the dream, which is like a set piece, like it's a play and it's got to play itself out. Then you get your astral dreams, where you can think clearer, you can fly, do anything you want, really. I usually go and explore the place, like I explore the fabric of actual reality, how the sun is actually, you know, the sun is actually a magnetic. No, the sun is actually electrical. It's in a plasma state. No, you can go explore the place. It's way more interesting. Like, you can look at things. You can look behind the veil, basically. The whole place is fake. It's one giant stage. Christian! Sup, dude? Hello. Okay, you dream daily. Oh, hectic. Yeah, but now you dream again. Okay, so Depressed also dreams all the time. Yeah, which is now as well. You can hold that same awareness now. What I just said, that was you projecting it. Literally. Which means you're basically the source of creation from your little human, looking out the eyes of your human. People are like, oh, explain that again? I'm like, I can explain that again. Oh, there's such a jump from like, what, you're the source of creation, but from your human. Yeah. If you're in a 0 point, you can understand that your own state and awareness affects the molecules and particles that make something occur to a person. And therefore say it. Therefore you projected it. How nice that is. Go listen to a Tom Cruise interview. Just do anything. Go watch a piece of grass blowing in the wind. That's your mind doing that. Just got to find that. And that's what I was talking about earlier on today, natural magic. Find your 0 point, find your center, and then just honor yourself. Because then you'll get more potency in that. And then you'll be doing all these amazing things. And then what I'm trying to say is around you, you'll have such a luck karma, like a beneficial energy to your nature, that if you observe somebody, you're blessing them. Oh, this really went well for me. I knew it would. Because you're just me in a dream state, and another dream, and a dream, and a dream. And if I look at you like I look at me, then you're great and you're going to succeed. Where two or more gather. Do you speak Afrikaans? Ek kan baie mooi Afrikaans gepraat. Bye, Creeper. Is Creeper say bye? Yo, Creeper, cheerio, dude. Very nice talking to you. Very nice talking to you. What I was going to say, your account's gonna get thingied in 4 seconds. It's usually the bell, that's the TikTok notifications person, or the fake one. Okay, now drink your coffee. Brilliant. Okay, that was good, JC. Well done. Yeah. My number was 17 that I started it with, and then it became whatever else we'd focus on. But then a friend, when she gave me illusions. Richard Bach is great. So besides, obviously, Seagull, Jonathan Livingston Seagull, which is the story, you can basically negate your nature to evolve ahead, which is a seagull's nature is to eat and but he wants to fly fast. And then you can eventually meet the owl who can blink itself everywhere, because you're everywhere. Brilliant, eh? Brought me the blue feather 2 weeks later. It's great. And so I was joking with my friends about lotto numbers and stuff when we first started doing this, started manifesting our whatever we spoke about. And then everything we spoke about was in movies. Like the 2010 was hilarious. Like we'd talk about sticking in certain variables and it's all in Zoolander. Like all those memes are in Zoolander. And we're like, how's this work? It was such a freaking mystery. I'm not, but I don't know. And then I try and put together an analog. Like, okay, well, Ben Stiller was in Jim Carrey and I'm obsessed with him. And I try and put this universe together through an analog understanding. No, JC, thank you. Thank you, JC. It's funny. And then, yeah, so it took me 20 years of study. I had to literally assimilate all the meme and metaphor to eventually get the fact that, you know, quantum states, parallel worlds, you need to understand all of it, and then all of it had to be brought together into one point. And then it's like, okay, now I get it. Are you having a seizure? No, but are you offering me, like, what's a seizure? Is it like a steak? Got a cup of coffee here. Anyway. That's the best way to deal with people who are negative. You just take one word and pretend you don't understand it. And be like, seizure, what's that? So with like mushroom sauce and cheese. And it's best if you take it out of its field as well. So like if it's an activity, take it into a food. If it's a food, take it into an emotional state. What is that, like melancholy? You know, that kind of thing. Just play dumb. Play numb and dumb. They know you know. Who knows? Everybody knows. Knows what? It is crazy. Well, it can travel, time and space, because they are the same energy at right angles. I can't emphasize that enough. That they're the same thing at right angles, time and space, and that you affect all time and all space all the time. And then that understanding is going to become more potent in you, and eventually, an apple appearing in the hand is nothing, because it's basically, when was there an apple here? Sometime in eternity, there was an apple here. Oh, look, there it is. I gave it to you. It's not going to be difficult. It's going to be like opening a curtain and grabbing something and giving it back. It's not going to be like, oh, I'm in a miracle. It's really going to be nothing. Oh, I'm on another planet now. Oh, I'm with a parallel version of myself. Okay, now I'm here. It's not going to be a thing. Do you think if God manifested a realm to play in, it's going to treat its natural abilities like special? No, it's going to be natural. It's going to be part of the course, part of the course. It's a manifestation. Manifest an entire planet for you guys to go visit. That's what Jesus was doing after that incarnation. He's literally inventing dimensions and inventing paradise worlds. Well, he Christed 43 universes first, then went and just created paradise worlds. I think it is. See, that's the horse I can sing. It's like, it's Ed. It's what's Ed? The horse Ed. It's his cousin, isn't it? Caesar. It's an Arabian gold Mustang. What am I doing here? Yeah, life does have a meaning. Yay! It does have a meaning. It has a meaning. That is what you're doing here. What is the answer? What's out there? Correct. Basically, life is you mirrored perfectly in a giant dynamic sequence. So your actual human, the hologram of your human, is mirrored in your external world. And it's to uncover that and find your 0 point, so that you realize the whole world is you and you're the director. And you can create your reality as you choose. You're the one, basically. You're Neo. But so is everything else. And if you can find a balance, you get to say, me too, like Smith. And you can basically, yeah. The purpose of life is to discover that you are the source of life. Your imagination, your ups and downs, your desires, the movie got my attention, that song really inspired me. All of that is going into the giant cake that you're making. That's your life. Self-realization, basically. It's not to get the Maserati. It's not to be the greatest this in the planet's ever seen. It's not to send people to Mars. Although you can do that if you want. It's to discover yourself as the source creator. The observer that observes through the aperture that is your human. To transcend your limitations. There, better answer. To transcend your limitations. And remember, God is where the human meets its limitation. So your definition of God is your definition of limitation, actually. And you're calling it, you worship it. So you worship your limitation. Generally, the average human is going to worship their limitation. Hectic! Una, hectic. Because as a young child, that's pretty cool. As youngsters, we are pretty much in tune with that. It's just that we then get a bunch of false definition piled on us. Okay, and then, oh Shane, you almost died, no ways. Yeah, near-death experiences or hardcore PTSD. Sorry, drew a silly face. Una? I'll direct you to that the topic. But the next person's like, do a funny face. After all this time, I'm still into you. I should be over all the butterflies. There we go, exactly, depressed. People set their own limitations and they worship. Well, their limitations is where they're not allowed to step over the line. Where do I begin and God's ends? Or vice versa. Or why did Jesus get murdered for? Oh, saying he's one with the Father. Oh, I won't go that far. I'll worship his whole style because apparently he's the best, but I won't say that I'm one with the Father. That's just too much. So I'll reach the shore of my own eternity and I'll feel the eternity lapping onto my sands of time. But I'm not going to step into the water. No, I'm not worthy of that. Grab to Jesus. He tried that once. You dive in the water, kick the splash, jump in, go surfing. Swim out to sea, I don't care. It's all the same. Basically, yeah, when you eventually have enough confidence in yourself to make that claim, you can wash your hands of the human race, basically. Pontius was a shadow clone. Depressed. I really appreciate your level of adept. You're an adept, depressed. It's called an adept. A person with balanced karma can see the infinity of eternity. I mean, the infinity of reality. Can you do a scary face? How was that? So it's when we watched him, like, can you do a scary face? He's like, can I do a scary face? Well, hold on. Beetlejuice. Garth, you're a comedian. Yes, I am. Yes. Well, yeah. You'll hate me if I say Jesus is my savior. No! Who cares if I hate you for that? Jesus is a legend, bro. But I mean, although we're speaking in metaphor, right? You're saying that you are your savior. God and the Father and Jesus and you are one, aren't they? Aren't you the Holy Spirit? And anonymous? You're the Holy Spirit. Your relationship with yourself is the Father and the Son. Spirit is the relationship. Or sentiment. Sentiment, spirit, same thing. So your sentiment that you have over life. But if you want to talk in metaphor and talk about Jesus as an external concept, then I'm happy to do that. I'll go an extra mile with you if you want. I don't do miles, I do kilometers, but you know. Wait a minute, the Bible says go extra mile. Nobody even used miles. Or maybe everyone used miles then. When did the kilometer get invented? Or maybe they just changed it for, you know, they couldn't use cubits. Yeah, cubit was a measurement, wasn't it? And that's so cool. I'm a lumen, you're a suman, I'm a human. What I gotta get through to you? I'm superhuman. Everything I say is so good, dude. I'm also curious, did you see the whole white tunnel? What was in there? I don't know why, I feel not cool to ask someone what their near-death experience was like. I don't know why. Anonymous, Catholic, that's cool, that's okay. Isn't it weird being Catholic though? Like, you know, Roman Catholic, like the Romans killed Jesus and then they're like, oh, we got a new religion. Didn't you kill the guy that made that religion? No, he would never have made a religion. I mean, Catholics, you about to say that Jesus would never make a religion out of his thing? No, for the church. No, the church is your own multidimensional anatomy, isn't it? Isn't it your Merkaba? Oh, it's an actual building on the ground. Okay. There's a new dispensation. The masters have arrived, basically. The church was a lovely mold, but ultimately the Catholic Church, you know, one giant walking contradiction. That's how humans. Doesn't matter. No, there's nothing wrong with anything. Everything is, in my eyes, is perfect. Yo, sup? Happy Ramadan. Bless you, bro. Amen. Anonymous, I actually had as well, as in, yeah. Sometimes that's a powerful spell. Jesus is a powerful spell, bro. And I've like many times where it's like, listen, I'm out of my depth here. And Jesus just literally lifts you up onto the shore. Oh, thank you, username. I literally sat for 3 tops going, which one would I wear? Thank you. That's so funny, depressed. You are. What are you talking about, dude? Like, you are. You're an adept. You're an absolute adept. Is this who I think it is? I saw it. Yeah, okay, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, the human voice and the mind isn't... It's too much. But at least you know for a fact there's more. Some humans have no clue. They literally don't know for a fact that anything's after this. This could just be a once freak nature scenario. I'm alive. Gotta get the shoes, gotta get the raise. Do whatever it takes, you know. One time, one life gets it. And some people are like, no, I know for a fact I have many lifetimes. This is getting boring, these lives. That kind of energy. And let me try something different. Let me go off the grid, you know. Some people don't even think. Do you know that? Don't you guys know this? Some humans don't have an inner dialogue. Some people have one, don't even know they have one. Yo, I know it's not true though. He didn't die. He lived for your sins. He didn't die, remember? So why did you say he died? He lived. I know what you believe. I know what you believe. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's just a very, very simple metaphor. Toxic, is it? Toxic. That is. Anonymous. I know what to say to you. Because I don't know which way to direct you. But it's your own presence. God is one. Sin means to forget your divine nature. So as long as you play that you're a sinner, then you're a sinner. If you hold true that you are divine and you start to get to know thyself, you'll be in that presence perpetually. Happy Ramadan! Hey, Solros! Sup? Exactly, depressed. He's taking Rory off the grid. He's taking Roy off the grid. You never go back to the carpet shop. You're thinking it looks like lip syncing. That's funny. Is it doing that now? Is it doing the disconnect thing? Well, it's an hour in, so I'm going to go off soon anyway. You know, that makes sense. Write that again. Just give up. What do you mean give up? I'm just finally getting somewhere. Why would I give up now? Yo are being. It's not English, man. Talk properly. You typed it again wrong. It's weird. I think you would have done it right the second time around. Hi, do you believe in God? Of course I believe in you. Why wouldn't I believe in you? Cat plays. You believe in me, don't you? We're two or more gather. There we are, bro. Woo! Have to go. Oh, nice. Enjoy the birthday lunch. Alex! Hello! Sup, Alex? Good afternoon. It's 12 here in beautiful, I think it's sunny. It is. It's sunny Cape Town, South Africa. Soul Rose, hope you're having a beautiful day. I agree. I don't know. I mean, I do, well, cringe. Post Randy or Riri Randy. He's kind of the reason why I've got any followers on Instagram. What's your favorite? Oh, good. I was actually thinking that travel conspiracy theories. I want to come up with some good ones because I know everything, and so if I can come up with a good conspiracy theory, it'll be very entertaining to people because conspiracy theories are real, but they are no conspiracies because there's only one consciousness. For there to be conspiracy, there have to be more than one being conspiring against the others, and there aren't others, and so conspiracies actually are fringe truth or not real. And so my one is, I was coming up with it yesterday, I can't remember what it is now, but it was a really thingy one. It was it actually freaked me out. Now you was trying to invent one that's really freaky. Like, the Truman Show happened inside the Matrix. And here, what you consider the reptiles, or government, is a holding pattern. They get their memories wiped and have to live the same day, technically, because they manipulate other people's fourth dimensional planes. If you manipulate someone's fourth dimensional plane, your own memories get played with. So to conspire or to manipulate another, it'll instantly happen to you. So the need to control makes you controllable. And ultimately, anybody who gives up the universe and doesn't try and control anything is in absolute control of everything. So my greatest conspiracy theory is that Garth 217 is about to hijack the planet. Well, he already has. He did it a year ago. Corona was so you guys could spend more time alone with yourselves and realize the same patterns occur even if you're with yourself. So you can't go blaming your boss or your cousin for stuff anymore. Each of you literally made your reality and made the planet. That's my favorite conspiracy theory. And that I'm actually the architect of this whole place. And you guys tried to steal me from my alien homeworld. And now you're going to regret doing that because I'm hijacking your planet in return. I got lots of them, and they're right on the fringe of what is actually absolutely true. Aren't you afraid to... And so someone says, aren't you afraid something's going to happen? It's like the thing that you said doesn't exist, so no, I'm not afraid of that. Alex! Yeah, in South Africa. Can you do a smile for me? No! Oh, tell me your conspiracy, Solros. Want to hear my fave that I made up? Yeah, definitely, please. I love this stuff. Hussein, hello. I'm thinking Cape Town. Alex. Sad, hey. Sup, Raid. Sup, Raid Brigade. Raid Brigade. Okay, anyone who says the name Candace. I wonder if there's any Candaces out there, but anyone who says Candace gets blocked straight away. I want to listen to this conspiracy theory of yours. I forgot about this, guys. Sup, Park? I am from South Africa. Average. Yeah, pretty much. It's true though, I am average. I'm a singularity. Singularity is average as well. It's a middle path, but come on. Stick with the program. Well, depressed. If you want to cure cancer now on the whole planet, there's a process that cancer is that's also part of the conscious dynamic. If you understand them to be the same and you align them, cancer can't exist. When Jesus said these things I do, you shall do greater, it's because you're going to see that the world is you, and if you're in perfect alignment, the world has to align if it's around you. So when we're ready, the world will start popping into a higher state, because the beings already stationed around the planet, we are of Christ level and higher, and we're getting ready to do with the things that he did and greater. So all this lack of alignment, disease, poverty, blah, 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 all of it's going to disappear and dissipate very quickly in the next 10 years. And if you hold true that it's not profitable to do so, it won't be profitable to do so. If you hold true that it is profitable to do so, it'll be profitable to do so. Let's see if my words happen. Let's see if I'm a prophet. Whatever you hold true, depressed. So you can transmute that belief right now, because the opposite of anything that's true is also true. So it's very profitable for cancer to disappear off the planet. Once the karmic lesson that is learned from cancer is learned. No, Alex, I don't. Vaccine companies pay the vaxxers so diseases won't be eliminated so they can keep making money. It's boring. Because a disease is a reflection of a conscious lack. So you can't have disease if you're consciously above a certain level of self-awareness. So it's kind of a weak game. That's a weak game, right? It needs things to facilitate itself. To transcend it, you need nothing. Just your own mind. And beliefs. And the belief that you can choose your beliefs. They don't have to be told to you. Not what you believe, but why you're choosing to believe it. Your beliefs become reality. Whatever you hold true, God holds true. So choose them to liberate and expand, not to dissipate and limit yourself. Otherwise, it's not free will. It's compelled will. Yo, it's 12:07 in the afternoon. Thank you, Una. Who thinks it definitely exists? No, but the government said they exist. Why are we still talking about aliens? God is great. Amen. Catfish. Hey, Catfish Billy. Yes, you are, Catfish Billy. Oh, we are. It already had that cat depressed. I spent the last 20 years valuing it more. So there we go. It depressed, become the shutter point. When do you think humanity's critical mass will happen? When do you think the critical mass? When the 51st person goes, dynamic consciousness. And that's when we hit critical mass, and that's when the whole thing snowballs. When do you think that's going to happen? Yo, sup, dude? Now I want to. I just need more people to know me as this as well. Otherwise, yeah. This is what I like. This is why I'm here. Show humanity that it's better than the best. Humanity is royalty, guys. You guys don't know that. Humanity was literally built out of the 22 alien root races of the freaking galaxy. When humanity wakes to themselves, the aliens are going to be like, freaking, this is exciting, because we are basically source. We're source created, technological source. And the aliens communicate with the galaxy like it's an entity. It is an entity. Well, all the galaxies are, but they commune with it like it's their god. It's their physical god, because it sends it emanates vibration out of its core, and it adds communication to them. And it literally gave the blueprints to build the human. So the aliens are gardeners, or the sorry, my filter got taken away there. No, the aliens are the gardeners of the universe. They're the builders. They're the constructors. They're the ones that create miracles or life. when we see through, okay, cool, there is no we, depressed. So when do you think humanity hits that critical mass moment? When do you think it chooses to believe? It's now. I'm trying to tell you, depressed. It's now. It's right now. You can be like, it happened yesterday. You don't need evidence. You need just belief. Pure, immaculate belief. You don't need the Father. Just an angel and a Mary. The very fabric of the Jesus story explains the Immaculate Conception, how to create out of nothing with no preconceived affirmation or preconceived confirmation or influence. I believe we reached it already. Well, and then technically I'm only telling, you see where it'll short circuit there. You can choose it. You can choose that some maths genius figures out that creating abundance on the planet is the greatest profit thing to do. Some Wall Street person figures out that if you give your energies away, like charity, if you enhance other, it's the best thing for your organization. To enhance other is to strengthen the organization. So basically, capitalism must take on a strong conscious vibe. Strong conscious vibe. Would make one heck of a profit. But it'll be done by looking for the least of us, the one that needs the most, and helping them the most. That'd be like a good investment. Where did you learn this? Yeah, what's up, the Joker? 20 years of self-study. Comedian, 42-year-old comedian. Started with my grandfather, probably, because he used to sit and just talk this stuff non-stop. And I was young, I'm like 3, running around the house, but listening to him. And then listening as well. And now if I go back for astral travel now and I listen to what was happening, he was verbalizing what I'm experiencing. So if I was running around the house doing things, he was verbalizing how consciousness can oscillate and it can observe itself and then recreate itself. And it goes through... Basically, my grandfather was an adept as well. My gran had like a spiritual church and did like aura readings and that kind of thing. So I'm technically a 3rd generation this. Can you be my stepdad? Oh no. Where's the cheese? Did Jesus eat cheese? I don't know, was it cheese then? Did Jewish people, was there cheese in the Hebrews? Did the Aramaic? How do you say in Ferris wheel? NBA! It's very difficult. How can I give you a Ferris wheel? It's very difficult. It's not possible. They mustn't give me a Ferris. If you've never given a Ferris wheel or gifts, I don't want a Ferris wheel. Yo! Shrickish! And you as well, dude. We're just the same being bouncing the signal back and forth until it gets refined. Well, no, it is refined. Bouncing it back and refining it, basically. Because I have a blank. We all have a blind spot. That which observes can't be observed. That's a very important thing to understand. And so we are the observers, and I'll always have a blind spot or a point of X that can expand. And so I can't look at both sides simultaneously because that'll lead to psychosis. So that's why you need to live your one side and then you reflect. You go back in your spare time, you stop and you reflect on the alternative to what you were saying. And then the feedback from you is great for that. In fact, the feedback from everybody is perfect for that. It's the alternative. We're always both right, and we could be more right. But something else doesn't occur to you. Okay, cool. I'm going to go now. It's been an hour and 50 minutes. Caitlin, that is amazing. Caitlin, last time you said that, I got off, and as I got off, my mom messaged me, like directly afterwards, and now you're doing it again. I'm going to log off right now, and I guarantee this. I'll still get back to those messages. Just try not to be mean. I want to get upset with them for not listening to me, doing what I ask in my space. Thanks, Una. Large Fruit Loops. That'd be quite cool there. Large Fruit Loop, like a big one like this. One big. What's that? It's a Fruit Loop. Where'd you get it from? It doesn't matter. It's like, where'd you get that Fruit Loop from? Not my Fruit Loop. No, I want that Fruit Loop. And then you grab for it. I was like, no. And then people running around with it. Yeah, but seriously, where do you get that Fruit Loop from? And then the 2 people are running around trying to chase the guy with the other Fruit Loop. And it's like, well, no, seriously, where do you get that Fruit Loop from? And then the cops rock up to try and sort the problem out. But then all the cops are interested in is that Fruit Loop. But seriously, where did they get the Fruit Loop from? And it's like, oh my gosh, man, you guys were brought here to settle this problem. Like, we will settle it as soon as we find out where the Fruit Loop came from. I was picturing an orange one the whole time. What color of giant Fruit Loop were you picturing? It's probably just the juice. It's probably just Jim Carrey style. Tyler! Nothing's happening. I'm literally about to log off. A Man on the Moon is a favorite Jim Carrey movie. Okay, guys, have a beautiful day. I might be live later when I go to Scratch Patch in this precious gem world. Cheers, Fruit Loop. Cheers. See you guys all later. Thank you for being here. Bye, Caitlin. Bye, Una. Arrivederci, everybody. Boop, 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 boop.